remotely.
Wild.
While enjoying their cocktails and entrees, I'm sure. Their secure, high-speed capabilities allow seamless communication for passengers on aircrafts, families in their homes, soldiers out in the field, people in rural villages. This is a company that serves the globe. And as a global communication company, they employ more than 4,300 worldwide, with almost half those employees being headquartered right here in Carlsbad. So this is a phenomenal facility for us to have, a great company. And the roots from Switchfoot and Viasat started with one guy, Bob Rota. And I'm gonna ask him to come up here. He's the Vice President of Security here, Vice President of Security and Facilities here at Viasat. And he has a passion for supporting homeless youth, which is why we're all here tonight. We're gonna be telling you a little bit more about our beneficiaries this year, but this is a guy who started by first serving in some of the beneficiary capacities that we support. So he was, I believe it was at Stand Up for Kids. I'm gonna let him come up here. Bob, please come up. Give him a round of applause. I'm gonna just recognize him.
Bob Rota. This guy is the link between Switchfoot and Viacom. Without Bob, we would not be here at this awesome party. Give it up again for Bob Rota.
Bob's gonna say a couple words.
Thanks. First, welcome to our campus and our home. And I would like to recognize once more the Wounded Warriors. They're the real heroes here tonight. So thank you. This is our second year hosting this benefit party, but we have been part of the BroAm for about 10 years now. And a lot of people say, how does a high-tech company, join a band and or merge with the band and partner with them and collaborate and pull off an event. So it started about 11 years ago. My son asked me to get a table down at the beach in a fire pit. And like a good dad, I went down about 3:30 or 4 in the morning, because that's what dads do. We take the beach in the morning. And while I was unloading, a couple teenage kids came up to me. These kids were courteous, they were polite, they were helpful. And they asked if they could help me unload, which they did. And we spent about 3 hours together. And it turns out that these two kids were actually homeless. And they were homeless kind of by choice, but it's because their houses were not a safe place to be. And what struck me was the passion that they had and how positive they were about the future. And one of those reasons was they talked about another family in Oceanside. And I said, well, explain that to me. And they talked about a place that they went in the evening where they were served a meal, where they were mentored by adults. It was a safe place for them to go. There was internet for them. They could take a shower. They could be clothed. And they could work on their homework. It was a family environment. And that place turned out to be Stand Up for Kids. And so a couple weeks later, I went and I met with Kim Goodeve Green, who's over here. She is the mom for Stand Up for Kids and really the heartbeat for Stand Up for Kids. So I started volunteering and brought that message back to Viasat. And in typical Viasat fashion, the employees just opened up their hearts, opened up their time, opened up their wallets. And the center became kind of another facility for us, where we fixed a hot water heater so the kids could take hot showers. And we hooked up internet so they could have better connectivity. We did all kinds of things. 3 Christmases in a row, we assembled 70 bikes, and the Viasat van pulled up Christmas morning like Santa's sleigh and handed them out to the kids. And so it was a real privilege, to be part of that. So, and the BroAm is such a big part of keeping the Stand Up for Kids doors open, as well as the volunteers. Without the volunteers, that wouldn't occur. So basically that's how we came. We started 10 years ago with 3 folding chairs, some yellow caution tape on the beach, and a stack of pizzas. And we've arrived at what we're doing today, what you see tonight and what you're gonna see this weekend. And so tomorrow morning, the Viasat trucks will head out, and they will spend all day shopping for for hundreds of food items and drinks donated by Coca-Cola. And our facilities team will be firing up the grills, and the cafe behind you will be preparing meals. And 10 o'clock tomorrow night, a team of Viasat employees will go down to the beach and spend the entire night setting up the beach, a VIP area, so that when these 6 charities come to the beach in the morning, they are the VIPs, the very important people for that day. And so it's just it's an unbelievable kind of group to be part of. And while I appreciate the recognition, I can tell you I do plan on being involved for many years to come. But there's a whole new group of Viasat employees, and these guys work with spreadsheets, and I think they do algorithms on how to pack the vans. And they're serving vegan stuff now at the beach, and but they are so organized, and that along with Tina, who has just taken this event to a whole nother level, is unbelievable. So I'd like to thank Switchfoot. I'd like to thank Viasat's management for giving us the resources to do this. Most importantly, I'd like to thank the volunteers, over 70 Viasat employees, as well as many other BroAm volunteers will make this event happen. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, Bob. Bob Rota.
Thank you, Bob.
Hey, wait, Bob. Stay up here. Bob, come here. I just got this in my invisible earpiece. Raise your hand or stand up if you're a Viasat employee. If you work at Viasat, just raise your hand real quick. All right. This is a surprise for Bob. Viasat employees and their families have raised $5,000 to donate to BroAm on your behalf, Bob. Thank you, Viasat.
Yes.
Our first big donation of the night from the friends and family working right here at Viasat. All in.
That is incredible.
I mean, how cool is that?
On his behalf, that was a surprise to Bob because
and they gave us their backyard.